Jerusalem, 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 Jerusalem. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem, city of David, Mount Zion. That's the place that the Father put his name on. Them the people that these nations got their aim on. We found out where we from, that was game on. Jerusalem, we did you so wrong. We broke the laws, he left us alone. We waking up, we wanna come home. We follow Christ, ain't casting no stone. Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. I put my name on Jerusalem. 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 I gave my law to 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 Jerusalem. I won't forsake you, 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 Jerusalem. Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem. They could build that wall, we going back home. No vaccine, we going back home. Ain't taking mark of the beast, we going back home. They gon' find out the Father ain't strong. Zion, Zion, come on. Zion, Zion, come on. Zion, Zion, come on. Zion, Zion, come on. Jerusalem, yeah. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, yeah. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne. Jerusalem.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Can you hear me?
Shabbat shalom, yeah, I carry you.
All right, okay. All right, so we in here. This is Jerusalem Ministry, and we here to talk about the calendar and why we celebrate the calendar the way we celebrate the calendar. All right. So the first thing what we're gonna establish is that just to try to build the momentum on why we're dealing with this calendar. First thing we're going to start with the book of Ezekiel. All right. So we're going to go to the book of Ezekiel. Let me actually pull it up on here also. One moment. So we're gonna start out in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 44. Why the calendar we are following, why is it different? Why is it different from the typical Enoch calendar that you see? This is not your typical Enoch calendar. Why the calendar that we follow? Why is it different than the lunar calendar that a lot of people is following? So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the book of Ezekiel chapter 44, and we're going to read verses 15 through 16. Can you read that for me, bro? Read
Oh, my bad. I thought you carried
Ezekiel. Yeah.
15 through 16, right? All right, Ezekiel
Mhm.
44, verses 15 through 16. But the priests of Levites, the sons of Zadok, that kept the charge of my sanctuary, when the children of Israel went astray from me, they shall come near to me to minister unto me. And they shall stand before me to offer unto me the fat and the blood, saith the Lord God. They shall enter into my sanctuary, and they shall come near to my table to minister unto me, and they shall keep my charge.
So these group of priests will be keeping, but we're gonna see that it's actually more than just priests and Levites with this. We're gonna find out what this actually means in a second. But as you can see that you have a group of priests, Levites, that actually will be keeping the charge. They will be keeping the charge and keeping these things, keeping these ordinances. Can you read verse 23 to 24?
Ezekiel 44, verses 23 through 24. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean. And in controversy, they shall stand in judgment, and they shall judge it according to my judgments, and they shall keep my laws and my statutes and all my assemblies, and they shall hallow my Sabbaths.
So these group of people, they will be dealing with a specific calendar. They will keep hallow the Sabbath. They will be keeping the laws and the statutes and the assemblies, okay? And they will hallow the Sabbath. All right, so they will be following a specific calendar. All right, these group of people right here that we're reading about in Ezekiel. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Dead Sea Scrolls. We're gonna go to the Damascus document. All right, we're going to the Damascus document. Now we in the Dead Sea Scrolls in the Damascus document. 1 second. All right, so we in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Damascus document. Can you read right here? Start on page 131 and start at the last paragraph when it say but with the remnant.
All right. But with the remnant which held fast to the commandments of God, he made his covenant with Israel forever, revealing to them the hidden things in which all Israel had gone astray. He unfolded before them his holy Sabbaths and his glorious feasts, the testimonies of his righteousness, and the ways. Hold on, something popped up on my computer. Okay, and the ways of his truth, and the desires of his will, which a man must do in order to live.
So
and
this remnant, they were held fast of these commandments of God. When all of Israel going astray, they were not, and they would keep the holy Sabbath. They would be keeping these feasts. They would be keeping a specific calendar different from the rest of Israel while Israel going astray. Keep going, bro.
And they dug a well rich in water, and he who despises it shall not live. Yet they wallowed in the sin of man and in the ways of uncleanness. And they said, this is our way. But the Most High, in his wonderful mysteries, forgave them their sin and pardoned their wickedness. And he built them a sure house in Israel, whose like has never existed from former times till now. Those who hold fast to it are destined to live forever, and all the glory of Adam shall be theirs, as the Most High God ordained for them by the hand of the prophet Ezekiel, saying.
So now they're going to break down what we just read in Ezekiel. They're going to give their commentary on this in just a second. They're going to give it. This group at the Dead Sea Scrolls is going to give their own commentary about what Ezekiel 44 meant and them actually fulfilling it. Keep going, bro.
Saying, the priests, the Levites, and the sons of Zadok, who kept the charge of my sanctuary when the children of Israel strayed from me, they shall offer me fat and blood. The priests are the converts of Israel who departed from the land of Judah, and the Levites are those who joined them.
So the priests are the converts of Israel who departed from the land of Judah. So the priests are the converts. So these are converts of Israel who departed from the land of Judah. And it's saying the Levites are those who joined them. All right. So you got the priests who are converts of Israel. And then you got the Levites. You got some Levites who joined them. All right. Keep going.
All right, it says the converts of Israel who departed from the land of Judah, and the Levites are those who joined them. The sons of Zadok are the elect of Israel. The men called by name who shall stand at the end of days. Behold,
So you got these priests, which are the converts of Israel. Then you got Levites that joined these priests. Then you got these other people that's called the sons of Zadok, these are the elect of Israel. So you got priests, you got Levites, and you got other Israelites who are righteous ones, and all these people joined together and they left the land of Israel. All right. Keep going, bro.
Behold, the exact list of their names according to their generations, and the time when they lived, and the number of their trials, and the years of their sojourn, and the exact list of their deeds. They were the first men of holiness whom the Most High forgave.
So these are the men. These are the first men of holiness. These are the first men. These men is the group of people who left from the rest of Israel, and they kept the ordinance. They kept these ordinances. Okay, these are Levites, priests, and righteous people of Israel. All right. Keep going, bro.
And who justified the righteous and condemned the wicked. And until the age is completed, according to the number of those years, all who entered after them shall do according to the interpretation of the law in which the first men were instructed, according to the covenant which the Most High God made with their forefathers, forgiving their sins. So shall he forgive their sins also. But when the age is completed, according to the number of those years, there shall be no more joining the house of Judah, but each man shall stand on his watchtower. The walls built, the boundary far removed. And that's Micah, what's that? 7 and 11. It says,
now you go right there. Yeah, so as we can see, like these people, and then the people that's coming from these people, that's following what these people set forth, these people will actually are blessed if they keep, following the law, the interpretation of the law that they established, at this specific location. All right. So and these group of people, they're keeping a calendar. They're keeping a specific calendar. All right. This group is keeping a specific calendar. So now we're going to go to First Chronicles. Okay, we're gonna go to First Chronicles. Let's see. First Chronicles chapter 24. First Chronicles chapter 24. And can you start with verse 6? Read verse 6 through 18.
All right, First Chronicles chapter 24, starting off at verse 6 and ending at 18. And Shemaiah, the son of Nathanael, the scribe, one of the Levites, wrote them before the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Abimelech, the son of Abiathar, and before the chief of the fathers of the priests and Levites, one principal household being taken for Eleazar, and one taken for Ithamar. The first lot came forth of Jehoiarib, the second Jedaiah, the third Harim, the fourth Seorim, the fifth Melchijah, the sixth Majamin, the seventh Hakkos, the eighth Abijah, the ninth Jeshua, the 10th Shechaniah, the 11th Eliashib, the 12th Jakim, the 13th, hold on, what verse I'm in?
Mhm.
Okay, the 13th Hupa, the 14th Jeshabeab, the 15th Bilgah, the 16th Immer, the 17th Hezer, the 18th
How fast? I don't know. Yeah.
the 19th Pethahiah, the 20th Jehezekiel, and the 20th, hold on.
What is the 1 and 20th?
Yeah, the 1 and 20th, Jachin, the 2 and 20th, Gamul, the 3 and 20th, to Deliah, the 4th and 20th, Maaziah.
Oh, and read verse 19 from me.
It says, these were the ordinance of them in their service to come into the house of the Lord according to their manner, under Aaron their father, as the Most High Ahiah of Israel had commanded him.
So now you have 24 elders that was set up. 24 priests that was set up, for the courses in the temple that Aaron was doing. David had set up 24 priests to cover those courses. All right. Now, what is interesting is when we go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, we're going to go to page 348. But when we go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, you're going to see those same names of this family, of this priestly family. These same names keep the ordinance and still practicing those courses within this community at the Qumran Caves. All right. So what we can see is now we on the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Penguin Classic by Giza Vermes. All right, so now 348. What you see right here, you see the courses of right here. You see the courses, and it has the names, the same names that we just was reading. It has Gamal, Delilah, it has Messiah, it has Joarab, it has Jediah, and you see the courses that they take per week, that they're on a weekly course that they doing for 6 years. All right. So, and it gives you it. So, but it tells you the names all the way. It give you Gamad, Jedediah, Hakaz, give you Eliashib, it give you Belaga, It give you all the names, all the way. It give you all the names. All the names. Imer, Jechem, Abaya. It give you all the names all the way until page 350. It give you all the names of those 24 priests when they're doing their cycle throughout the year. All right. So now we're gonna go to Second Chronicles. Okay, we're gonna go to Second Chronicles chapter 35. Second Chronicles chapter 35. Let's see. All right, so Second Chronicles chapter 35. Can you read verse 1 through 4?
Second Chronicles chapter 35, verse 1 through 4. Moreover, Josiah kept the Passover unto the Lord in Jerusalem, and they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. And he set the priests in their charges and encouraged them to the service of the house of the Most High, and said unto the Levites that taught all Israel, which were holy unto the Most High, put the holy ark in the house which Solomon the son of David, king of Israel, did build. It shall not be a burden upon your shoulders. Serve now the Most High your power, and his people Israel. Verse 4. And prepare yourselves by the houses of your fathers, after your courses, according to the writing of David, king of Israel, and according to the writing of Solomon his son.
So they have its courses according to their houses of their fathers that these priests kept, and that's what we're seeing in the Dead Sea Scrolls. We're seeing the courses. We're seeing the houses of their fathers after their courses. All right, that's what we're seeing in the scrolls. So now, I'm gonna go back to the scrolls. We're gonna go back to the scrolls, and we're gonna go to page 313 real quick. I'm gonna go to page 313. Oh, let's see. All right, so page 313. This is dealing with extra psalms that was found in the scrolls. Okay, it was extra psalms that was found in the scrolls. But can you read this in an account? It's an account on David's poem. Can you read that for me, bro?
Where you say? Oh, okay, the whole thing. An
Mhm.
account of David's poem, excuse me. It says, David, son of Jesse, was wise and brilliant, like the light of the sun. He was a scribe, intelligent and perfect in all his ways before the Most High and men. The Most High gave him an intelligent and brilliant spirit. He wrote 3,600 songs and 364 songs to sing before the altar for the daily perpetual sacrifice, for all the days of the year, and 52 songs for the Sabbath offerings, and 30 songs for the new moons, for feast days, and for the Day of Atonement. And all the songs which he uttered were 446, and 4 songs to make music on behalf of those stricken by evil spirits. In all, they were 4,050. All these he uttered through prophecy, which was given him from before the Most High.
So as we can see on an account of David poems, he wrote 3,600 songs. So he wrote 364 songs to sing before the altar for the daily sacrifice. Okay, so that's for every day of the year, 364 songs. Then he wrote 52 songs for the Sabbath offerings and 30 songs for the new moons, letting you know it's 52 Sabbaths throughout the year, and it's 30 songs. It's 30 songs, and it's 30 days for a new month. Okay, it's 30 days for each new month, and for feast days and for the Day of Atonement. All right, and then he wrote 4 songs to make music on the behalf of those stricken. So why is he writing 4 songs to make music on the behalf of those stricken? by evil spirits. He wrote 4 Psalms because the calendar, to make the calendar, to create the calendar, it starts on the 4th day of the week. So he's showing you his whole, David's whole account of his poems was based off the calendrical cycle, based off the calendar cycle. All right. And that's important to understand. All right, so now we're gonna go to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 66. All right. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 66. Let's see. So Isaiah chapter 66, can you read verse 23 for me? Verse 23 through 24. Well, verse 23.
All right. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Most High.
So from one new month to another, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship me, said the Lord. So this is during Christ, during the Messiah kingdom, all right, the nations will be coming to worship. We worship the Most High, all right. This will be calculated based off a calendar calculation. Okay, from one new moon, which is new month, from one new month to another, from one Sabbath to another. This is a calculation. This is a calendrical calculation right here. All right. So now, let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 14. One second. So we're in the book of Zechariah chapter 14. All right. So now Zechariah chapter 14, and can you read verse 16 through 19 for me?
You said verse 3 through 19?
Nah, verse 16 through 19.
From 16 through 19. All right, Zechariah 14 and 16 through 19. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
So just like we seen in Isaiah, that they would be going from new month to new month to new month. They would be going to worship the Lord. They would be doing the same thing. We see the same thing in Zechariah. All right, they would be from year to year, meaning that this was a calendrical calculation that it's a calendar that's being kept in the Messiah kingdom. All right. And then now that they're keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. So this is a calendrical calendar that is being kept. What calendar is being kept? It's the calendar that was talked about in Ezekiel chapter 44, that these people would keep these Sabbaths. They will be keeping these ordinances. And that we see in the Dead Sea Scrolls that group is the fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 44. All right. So keep going, bro.
Verse 17. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Verse 18. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith the Most High will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all those all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
So it's going to be a calendrical count, a calendar count that we're going to be keeping in the Messiah, in the Messiah kingdom. All right. So this is important to understand. But what calendar is we going to be keeping in the kingdom? What calendar? We're going to be keeping the calendar in the Dead Sea Scrolls. All right. We're going to be keeping that calendar. So now, before we wrap it up, we're going to go to, let's see this real quick. So what calendar did the early church keep? Okay, and we would have but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Revelation. So this is Revelations of Yeshua or Yeshua Christ sent, okay, to his servant John. So sent by an angel to his servant John. Can you read Revelation chapter 11, verse 2 to 3 for me, bro?
But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall be tread under foot 42 months.
So we got 42 months. We got that's a specific calculation. It's telling you 42 months. 42 months. Keep going.
And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
So they would prophesy for 1,260 days. All right. So that's what you're getting. You're getting that calculation right there. So how are we getting 42 months, 1,260 days? How are we getting that calculation? Read Revelation chapter 12, verse 5 to 6.
And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, and her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. Verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
So we got that 1,260 days. All right. So the question is, let's do some math here. So let's see. So you got 1,260 days divided by 42 months. That equals 30 days. All right. So this is a 30-day cycle calendar. All right. And 42 months times 30 days equal 1,260 days. So this is the solar calendar. How is it a solar calendar? Why are we saying it's a solar? Because the solar calendar is giving us 30 days. It's giving us 30 days per month. All right. So 30 days is in each month. That's the solar calendar. Now let's see. Do the lunar calendar fit? That we see right here. Does the lunar calendar fit right here? Let me go back. Does the lunar calendar fit? No. The lunar calendar is you do 354 days, which is a lunar cycle. All right, a year. A lunar cycle, 350 days a year is a lunar cycle. You do that, divide that by 12 months. All right. Because it's supposed to be 12 months in a year. So you divide that, you would get 29.5 because the lunar calendar, it varies month by month. Some months is 28 days, some months 29 days, some is 30. You know, the lunar month, it varies. All right. So you do 42 times 29.5 and you get 1,239. It's short. It's short. Okay, so that doesn't fit Revelation. So the lunar calendar doesn't fit the equation. Let's try the Gregorian calendar. 365 divided by 12, that equals 416 months. So it's 30 days. So because some of the Gregorian calendar, it can have 30 days some months. Maybe, in February, you got 28, 29 some years in February. And then sometimes these months, the Gregorian calendar may have 31 days in a month. So the equation for the average is 30.416. So you do 42 times 30.416, and you get 1,277.500. But that's too much. It's too much. It doesn't equal to 1,260 days. What we just read in Revelation. It don't fit. It don't match up. All right. So now, where are we getting 30 days from? Okay. A month. Where are we getting 30 days from per month? So I'm gonna go to the book of Jubilees real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up this Jubilees real quick. So Jubilees 25. Again. All right, so now let me let me pull up. Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, so now let me share my screen again. All right, so we're in the book of Jubilees. Now, why are we saying 30 days is each month? All right, so I'm in Jubilees chapter 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 16. I'm gonna read verse 14 through 16. So, and this is Rebecca blessing her son Jacob. Okay, verse 14. And at that hour, when the spirit of righteousness descended into her mouth, she placed both hands on the head of Jacob and said, Blessed art thou, Lord of righteousness, and God of the ages, and may he bless thee beyond all generations of men. May he give thee, my son, the path of righteousness, and reveal righteousness to thy seed. And may he make thy sons many during thy life. And may they arise according to the numbers of the months of the years. And may their sons be many, become many and great beyond the stars of heaven, and their numbers be more than the sand of sea. So Jacob had 12 sons, and his 12 sons were given to him by the Most High, and it's symbolic based off the 12 months of the year. All right, so Jacob was given 12 sons according to the 12 months of the year. All right, so now understanding that it's 12 months in a year. Okay, it's 12 months in a year. So if it's 12 months in a year, well, how many days in a month? 30 days, if we do the calculation correct according to Revelation, it's 30 days in a month. It's 12 months in a year according to the book of Jubilees and the book of Enoch. So what is the calendar? So the calendar has a 360-day cycle with 30 days per month. All right. So 360 days with 30 days per month throughout a 12-month cycle, that gives you 360 days. Enoch mentions 4 extra days to be reckoned. And then in another chapter, he mentioned it not to be reckoned. For some reason, in the 66 books of the Bible that we have today, the 4 extra seasonal changing days that makes it 364, those days are not reckoned in the Bible that we have. All right, so Noah flood, which you can read it in Genesis, and it gives you a cycle. It gives you 180 plus 180. It gives you 360. All right. It doesn't mention the 4 seasonal changing days. All right. The book of Revelation doesn't mention the 4 seasonal changing days. So it's giving you a 360-day cycle. So we know that the Bible itself, we can tell from Noah flood from Genesis, and we can tell from Revelations, from the beginning of the book and from the end of the book, that it's given us a 360-day yearly cycle. But what type of solar cycle are we on? We're on the solar cycle that Enoch speaks about. We're on the solar cycle that's spoken about in the Dead Sea Scrolls. All right, which in the Dead Sea Scrolls, I want to go back to page 348. Oh, I went a little far. But go back to page 348. It's letting us know that this calendar, it starts on the 4th day of the week. okay? Letting us know that this calendar starts on the 4th day of the week. Let me go back to that page.
You said 348.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to that page on the screen. Hold on. You gotta let it load. But yeah, when you go into the Dead Sea Scrolls, showing you a first month of the calendar. It's showing you a first month of the calendar, and it's giving to you is giving you the first month with letting you know that it starts on the 4th day of the week. It starts on the 4th day of the week, letting you know that's how you start your calendar. That's how you start that calculation, like we just read in the account of the poems of David. All right. So, like I said right here, so it's giving us the first month of the first year in a 6-year cycle. All right. And it's giving us the courses. It's giving us the first day of the year. It starts on the 4th day of the week. All right. So it's giving us how this calendar goes and how this calendar moves. All right. So but that's that. But I'm gonna read something in the homilies of Clement. Okay. This is book 2 in the homilies of Clement. Can you read this for me right here, bro? Book 2 in the
I just want to
homilies.
say something too.
Yeah.
And I hope you're not about to go into it before but pretty much the reason why the calendar for the yearly cycle starts on the 4th day of the week is because that's the day that the sun and the moon were created. And it's by the sun and the moon that we keep track of time. I just wanted to state that way if anybody confused, like why would you start the first day of the year on the 4th day of the week? All right, so this Homilies of Clement, chapter 23, it says, but that he came to deal with the doctrines of religion happened on this wise. There was one John, a day Baptist, who was also, according to the method of combination, the forerunner of our Lord Jesus. I'm just reading how it's worded. It says, and as the Lord had 12 apostles, bearing the number of the 12 months of the sun, so also he, John, had 30 chief men, fulfilling the monthly reckoning of the moon, in which number was a certain woman called Helena, that not even this might be without a dispensational significance, for a woman being half a man made up the imperfect number of the triacontad, whatever, I don't know what that means, but it says, as also in the case of the moon, whose revolution does not make the complete course of the month. But of these 30, the first and the most esteemed by John was Simon. And the reason of this not being chief after the death of John was as follows.
So, as we can see in the homilies of Clement, you see that is is letting you know, like, Yeshua, the Messiah, he had 12 apostles bearing the number of the 12 months of the sun. Okay, letting you know that it's 12 months in this cycle, not 13 months like the lunar calendar give you an extra month every 36 months. Okay, it's not the Gregorian calculation, you know what I'm saying, either. Okay, because these months are based off a 30-day cycle. Okay, and it say John had 30 chief men fulfilling the monthly reckoning of the moon. The moon is not a 30-day cycle. So this is speaking about, this is actually speaking about the 30-day cycles that the yearly of the sun actually rotate, because the moon is following the sun in the courses. All right, so, and it's saying being half of a man. Now, because it's letting you know, like, the moon is following the sun. So it's what you call, it's an order to the calendar. All right, and it has 12 months a year. So we don't want to get that confused with anything else. It has 12 months a year. Now, what is a tri-content, whatever that is? Let me see what it is. It's dealing with something in 3, but it's I don't know what that is. But it's that is interesting. All right, let me go to the next part. So this the recognitions of Clement, book 8. This is book 8, chapter 45. Can you read this for me, bro?
Yeah. You talk about where it's at?
Yeah, the motions of the
Hold
sun and the
up.
moon.
Is it showing right there? Oh, okay. All right. It says, I shall do so without delay. 2 visible signs are shown in heaven, one of the sun, the other of the moon, and these are followed by 5 other stars, each describing its own separate orbit. These, therefore, the Most High has placed in the heaven, by which the temperature of the air may be regulated according to the seasons, and the order of what's that? That's vicissitudes and alternations may be kept, but by means of the very same signs, if at any time plague and corruption is sent upon the earth for the sins of men, the air is disturbed, pestilence is brought upon animals, blight upon crops, and a destructive year in every way upon them. And thus it is that by one and the same means, order is both kept and destroyed. For it is manifest even to the unbelieving and unskillful that the course of the sun, which is useful and necessary to the world, and which is assigned by providence, is always kept orderly, but the courses of the moon, in comparison of the course of the sun, seem to be unskillful, to be inordinate and unsettled in her waxings and wanings. For the sun moves in fixed and orderly periods. For from him are hours, from him the days when he rises, from him also the night when he sets, from his months and years are reckoned. From him months and years are reckoned. From him the variations of seasons are produced, while raising to the higher regions, he tempers the spring. But when he reaches the top of the heaven, he kindles the summer's heats, again sinking, he produces the temper of autumn. And when he returns to his lowest circle, he bequeaths to us the rigor of winter's cold from the icy bending of heaven.
So he's kind of giving, Aquila is kind of giving the understanding of just like we read in Enoch. All right. So, but letting you know that these Jewish Christians, the Ebionites, the Nazarenes, because the Book of Recognitions of Clement and Homilies of Clement, these are Jewish Christian records. And let you know that the Jewish Christians, they was following a solar calendar. But what solar calendar was they following? They was following the Dead Sea Scrolls calendar. All right, because that's the only solar calendar that they pretty much knew about. You know, they didn't know about no Enoch calendar that was going out of season. They didn't know nothing about that because they knew about starting the calendar on the 4th day of the week. So, but that's pretty much it right there. So, but yeah, but that's the calendar. That's the calendar, and that's what we trying to bring forth and things like that.
I wanted to say something real quick too. We're not saying that there's no such thing as a lunar calendar, or you should not use a lunar calendar, excuse me. But what we're saying is that when you read the Bible, the calendar that was used to keep feast days and used to calculate times and things like that, the major calendar, that was actually a solar calendar. The lunar calendar was more so used for agricultural reasons. Like you would know when to plant your crops according to the different cycles of the lunar year. But even that was still in junction with the sun or the solar calendar, should I say. But yeah, you can definitely use both. But once again, for keeping feast days and things like that, the majority of things that we do in the world today as Israelites, you want to use that solar calendar. Also, Bilal, I want to get a scripture real quick about that Wednesday thing, because you know me, I was real combative with the whole you got to start the first day of the year on Wednesday after being taught since about 2013. That pretty much your Sabbaths, well, of course your Sabbaths on Saturday, but in particular that the Passover always fall on Saturday. And then from there, everything else, you know what I'm saying? But pretty much to prove that the Passover should always fall on a Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown, or quote unquote the fourth day of the week in the Hebrew, I wanted to go to the Gospels. We're gonna go to Matthew chapter 28, verse 1. It says, and this is about Christ, right? And the three Marys coming to his sepulcher. It says, in the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulcher. Now, when you keep reading, matter of fact, no, I ain't gonna do that. I'm actually going to it. Verse 2. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. And for fear of him, the keepers did shake and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Yeshua, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen. And he said, come see the place where the Lord lay. So when they came, as the sun was rising on the first day of the week, and this was after the Sabbath, Christ was already resurrected. He had already left. So if we understand that Christ was in the earth according to the prophecy, 3 days and 3 nights, then that's how we get Passover. We all agree that Christ died on Passover. So you count 3 days and 3 nights from the rising of the sun after the Sabbath is over, going into the first day. You can only get Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. So that means Passover by default had to fall on Tuesday sundown, Wednesday sundown. And this is every year because we know according to Jubilees and according to Enoch, our calendar is a set calendar. The days always fall on the same day of the year. The feast days always fall on the same day of the year, right? Or shall I say the same day of the week? Better. It's better for me to say that. So now that we understand that the Passover was Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown, we know according to the book of Exodus that the Passover is on the 14th day of the year. So you count 14 days from Tuesday sundown, to Wednesday sundown, and you bound to fall on another Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. So that means that not only is Passover Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown, but the first day of the year must be on Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. So that was all the proof that I needed in the world. And pretty much in every gospel you go in, it tell you Christ rose on the first day. It tell you that the three Marys came on the first day. When they came, he was gone. But that's it.
No, right on. So yeah, but if anybody have any questions about the calendar, just send us a message on YouTube or send us a comment or anything like that, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, so that's the calendar, brothers and sisters, and we just hope y'all, get some scrolls and check out the calendar. Check it out. It's an old calendar, man. Over 2,000-year-old calendar that was found in the scrolls. So, but yeah. So shalom. We hope everybody have a blessed Sabbath.